ENVYUS on your screens at the moment. Now, they've just played one best of 3. It went to all the maps across the board there. They had to battle it out. Sixer had a pretty solid performance. He stepped up when his team needed it, but so did scrie-mi as well. And you got to say that ENVYUS, they maybe should have had that a little bit easier in the eyes of what the fans and predictions were going the way of. But you can't take anything away from Ago. I'm hoping that they can put up a really good performance against OpTic, but OpTic dealt with their opponents very easily.
Definitely, and scrie-mi across that series, having to go plus 27, the only member on his squad to go positive. And of course, we know how great scrie-mi is, but you can't expect him to do that every series for you. You can't be the only member dragging his weight. And of course, you won't be able to be given that opportunity to get a comeback like that against OpTic. You can't just rely on yourselves winning 12 rounds on your T side to get back into the series. So you're going to have to see a lot more solid play now coming out of these veterans. We know they're capable of it. They've been on so many unbelievable lineups in the past. It's not like it's out of reach for them, but they're going to have to show how strong they are and show that experience in this next game.
Well, this is the thing. We've seen constant individual performances coming out of ENVYUS. Now it's time for them to make it as a team. But let's see what the OpTic lineup has to offer us and how they're going to deal with Envy. OpTic Gaming. They've had a little bit of time to prepare now. They've been able to see what ENVYUS got up to in the games against Ago. But they know this is their last chance. The pressure is on Mixwell, a man who stepped up massively in their game against Space Soldiers, even though it just wasn't enough on Mirage.
He did start the comeback in Mirage, but overall across the series was actually their least performing player, -11 across the board. But we know, like you said, Mixwell, he's so good. That was just an off game for him. Going to need to step it up now going in against ENVYUS, because one of these squads is going to go home, and it's still outrageous to think heading into this minor, everyone had kind of already, written the dots, finished off the storyline, thought this is going to be an easy pickings for both OpTic and ENVYUS. As you see, HS there was one of those star performers over in that game against Space Soldiers, but still it was not enough. And Freiburg, of course, the veteran we talk so much about, is going to be key in this matchup if OpTic want to clinch that final spot.
And this is the thing. Both teams, they're fighting for that final spot, the one that matters most here. As Space Soldiers already claimed it, they're waiting to see how these teams can do before we get to the grand final. But we are going to have a look at the veto, see how this was broken down. And me personally, I feel like this is going to be a very different veto. Both teams have an idea of how this is going to work out, and we can instantly start with Envy coming in with their first ban.
Yeah, they have been banning pretty much either Overpass or Mirage the entire of this, and of course we do see that ban coming in from OpTic, which is going to be Cobble. They've been banning it the entire series, the entire tournament. That will mean Inferno will be our first map of this best of 3, then Train picked by OpTic. And if it does go that far, we're about to see that final deciding map. Ooh. Cash will be banned by OpTic.
Do we get a nuke in here, or is it going to go?
And there it is. We do get the nuke coming out from ENVYUS. So that is going to be an interesting third map if we do get that far.
Now, I like to see that. We don't get to see too much of nuke. We saw OpTic, and they easily dispatched of their opponents on it. It was a 16-3 scoreline. They looked confident. But ENVYUS are a different kettle of fish. ENVYUS are a team that can play nuke. They don't play it a lot. We're still a map that ends up not getting picked all the time. But this veto looks pretty strong. We're in for some very interesting games here, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Nuke is always a spanner to be thrown in the works, of course. We don't see it played that much in competitive play recently. Kind of fallen out of favor with a lot of these teams. But we will get to see it now in this minor, in this do-or-die situation for both of these squads.
Now, looking at what you've just seen there, Sam, and your feeling of what we just saw from ENVYUS, what we saw from OpTic yesterday, do you think the Green Wall can do it? Or will it be ENVYUS coming through and finding their way to the grand final to go up against Space Soldiers?
I'm going to have to say OpTic. After seeing how much Envy struggled against Ego in that previous matchup, and of course, on the flip side, seeing how easily OpTic dispatch of them.
Oh, yes.
Of course, these are two different squads. Just because you can dispatch of Ego that easily doesn't mean you're going to be able to do the same to ENVYUS. But OpTic looking like they have the better form heading into this best of 3.
I feel like we're going to see a bit more of a standard affair of games here, though, as well. I feel like we're not going to see one of these completely one-sided shutouts. I feel like both teams should be able to put up a good defense against each other. It's really going to come down to how the teamwork comes into play, because so far we spoke so much about the individual performances that have carried these teams through, but going up against opponents that may be slightly weaker on paper, they've been able to really shine. Now it's going to come down to what each team can do as a unit.
Of course, all these players have played against each other so much in the past, going to know everyone's tendencies. Here we see the push coming from B early.
Magisk holding up early, falls back just a little bit as the first flashes do get dropped down. Tapping away, finds himself 1 kill. Freiburg backing him up. Good start for OpTic now, as the B bomb side is going to be swarmed. Freiburg still trying to tap away, trying to see what he can find as the bomb will be planted. A lot of damage done. Happy's low as well, but Sixer finds Freiburg through the smoke. Mixwell continuing to spam it up, but he can't get the kill on the board just yet. It's going to be up to OpTic to retake this site. Magisk, the man with the kit, as HS. He's literally on the other side here. Seen one player of Scream, but he comes round. Now that's Scream and Happy on Banana. Very comfortable. And Envy looking in a really good position now. Unless Mixwell and Magisk can turn this around. But Sixer and Scream with the crossfire, both poking out at the same time, will ensure that ENVYUS claim the first round. And they do it pretty convincingly there.
A good hold over on that site makes them gain that first pistol round. Already the round deficit over towards OpTic. Of course, just the pistol round. Gonna just have to take these ecos on the chin. You see here the duo of Sixer and Scream holding strong and getting that round on the board.
Now ENVYUS obviously coming off the back of that win. It went to 3 maps against Ego. But they are going to be warmed up now. We say this about Envy quite a lot, that they are a bit of a slow starter when it comes to the tournaments, when it comes to the morning games. We're getting into the afternoon now. This is their chance. They've got the guns in their hands. 4 players of MAC-10s, only Scream with the AK-47. While OpTic, they forced up with pistols, but we don't see any armor in play. A bit of utility to play with as well, which is an attempt now to try and force this out of ENVYUS. And with the MAC-10s, they might have a better chance than they expect.
Now opting for the full investment, you see Alu buying nothing, making sure he can get that AWP as well as armor and utility going into the buy round. So not just all in on this OpTic side just yet.
Magisk, again, Deagle in hand. He can do so much damage from that position. He takes the first shot. But he will just hold strong. No one's pushing him up just yet. ENVYUS split across the map 2. Up the top of the middle at the moment. Mixwell pokes out, does have an idea of what they're trying to achieve here. Flash goes out, he will be pushed back. OpTic not willing to risk anything just yet, as Magisk has an idea of what's going on. The smoke's come over. He's coming to play through it as well, trying to make it work to his advantage. He finds the first kill. Freiburg's there to back him up, and they haven't actually spotted him down, but Scream manages to get the kill. ENVYUS not needing to worry just yet. Only RPK gone down. The bomb will be planted, and they should be able to comfortably hold from here. It's really going to be up to OpTic to see what they can do, see what weapons they can grab, while Happy just continues to dominate. He's staying towards middle. He's putting the hurt on him. He's found the first 2 kills. Now Alu is the only one that remains, USP in hand. He will come through second mid to go towards Vietnam. Does spot one, but Happy picks up the 3rd kill. Money in the bank for him. Another round secured for ENVYUS. And they didn't have to worry about losing too much.
A good anti-eco coming out of ENVYUS. You saw 2 members of the squad going up towards mid, over towards A, just trying to see where the stack is, making sure they don't run into anything. Also, those 2 members did have the MAC-10s, so keeping that AK safe over towards B. After getting that information on the board, did that slow push over towards B and killed the rotators in the back. A nice anti-eco round coming out from the French squad.
So now we have the full USPs in play. Still keeping all the MAC-10s, 1 CZ up on XMS. And Happy looks to continue what he was doing on the previous round, but he's got to be careful. There's a fair few CTs ready and waiting for him there, but Sixer continues to spray through it, finds himself 2 kills. RPK chiming in as well, as the MAC-10s will pick up all the kills. And Happy pulls out the Deagle to end headshot with a headshot of his own and put the 3rd round on the board for ENVYUS. Well, this is where it will get interesting. OpTic will come in with the buy.
finding the stack that time, but easily dispatching of them, of course, fully ecoed members over towards OpTic. And thanks to that double full eco coming out of Alu, you will see the AWP come into play as well, but Sixer has one of his own over on the other side. And this is where they want to start putting rounds on the board now, making sure Envy doesn't get too much money in the bank off of those 3 rounds.
Alu coming up to mid, waits for the first bit of utility to be thrown at him as he hears the smoke go down. He won't continue to push forward. As Envy, XMS has come through that smoke, been able to hide, hasn't been spotted. Freiburg's also been tagged down to 52 health, so he's taken some damage. He's got to be careful himself. And this is really nice, because XMS has been able to clear out apartments. He's been backed up as well. But HS in the sight finds the first kill. And this is nice. Nearly HS with the second one. Alu's coming with one of his own as well. Sixer tries to take the shot, but it's not going to happen. Mixwell's on top of it. Scream in the meantime. CT arch side. Got the bomb in his hands. He's found the first kill, but 4 more still remain. This isn't going to be an easy situation for him to deal with. We know what he can do in these situations. As he comes in with the first play, Mixwell goes down. But he's got to check every single corner, every angle, as OpTic will be looking for him. They don't want to lose too much here either. They can't afford to lose too much. They need to ideally keep the 3 players alive. Alu with his AWP up is going to be most important. Then you've got HS now with an AK. Freiburg with the M4 towards B at the moment. But Scream, 35 seconds on the clock. Seems like he believes he might be able to make this happen. He's just looking for one more opening as he continues to see OpTic waste their utility.
2 members already sent to the morgue by Scream. Don't want to take that any further. Scream does get tagged down by that AWP, and HS will finish it off. Keeps the casualties to a minimum. Does well to get 2 kills. Scream there left all alone. But OpTic do get that round on the board, and now we'll be able to mount this comeback after those first 3 initial rounds.
I really like that there as well, because Alu tagged him, could have peeked, could have tried to make it happen, but HS comes through to back him up, picks up the kill. They're not risking anything here. They didn't want to lose any weaponry. And again, HS playing in the bomb site. Before they could even get out, they jumped through their smoke, and HS was ready and waiting for him. ENVYUS will be able to buy into this round, no problem once again, but they need to have a much better chance this time around as they start to work their way up Banana. Magic is pretty aggressive. He's out towards the sandbags, but Freiburg backing him up. They start off with the first 2 kills. Freiburg with a second, and this is a good start for him. Magic has taken a lot of damage, though. He's down to 14 health. Freiburg will finally go down. XMS is going to get on the hunt. HS already with the rotate over, and this great spray control finds himself the first 2 frags. Happy trying to hunt him down. Both players in this B site are very low. What can Happy make happen from here? He's got to keep checking behind him as well. He doesn't want to get closed in at Banana.
Good hold by OpTic. 2 kills for Freiburg and 2 towards HS. HS still alive. Did get brought down to low HP. Magisk not in the greatest of health either, but still a 4 versus 1 situation now. OpTic Gaming looking strong after those first 3 rounds.
Happy continuing to work his way back down. Alu, nice and easy for him. Stays at the top of middle. Knows he doesn't have to push too far down. Comes in with a kill. It's the 2nd round in a row for OpTic. And one thing to talk about here about these 2 teams as well, Sam, is it's not just a CSGO rivalry. These 2 organizations go back all the way to the Call of Duty side of things. And it is a long history of rivalries across many titles now.
Yeah, for sure. And not even just the organizations as well, as we priorly mentioned. These players have been playing against each other for years across multiple iterations of CS, going to know each other so well personally. So perhaps adds a little bit of bitterness if you are able to drop to someone you consider a friend. Going to want to be able to best them in this best of 3.
Alu may miss the first shot, but Mixwell sprays him down with a triple. Good start for him as RPK will be pushed back by the Flames. HS looking for someone to come through apartments. He's on the quad side of middle. Mid is completely secure from all of OpTic as Happy gets tagged down to 31 health, and HS is just hungry for blood.
With only 1 OpTic member falling in the previous round, and currently no one just yet. It's going to do well for their economy as Magisk gets another kill, and a second as well. Finishes off the round, ties up the scoreline. And a big stack of money starting to go over towards OpTic now. If they are to lose this one, they'll still be able to buy, but ENVYUS should be able to meet it with a buy of their own now. 2 of their members are low. The rest could squeeze out a buy. Puts them in a little bit of an awkward situation. Likely to just see upgraded pistols and some utility on those extra cash members.
Mixwell very well known for his orb, but spraying him down one by one there. And OpTic proving that they can stand strong. They're not going to be forced out by the heavier pistols here just yet. I need to build as many rounds as possible. It's the T side that we started to worry about a little bit, as XMS manages to work his way up middle. Finds the first kill. Hasn't grabbed himself a gun though. He was trying to be careful. He didn't want to be picked off by Alu straight away. So they haven't got the extra weaponry in their hands now. But Alu knows he has to be careful. He's checking every single corner. HS gets tagged down to 24 health. ENVYUS have managed to get themselves onto this A site, and this is a good start for them here as Magic is trying to do the damage as well. Can they stop this bomb from being planted? Can they turn it around?
Freiburg with a pincer move as well. You can see on your mini-map heading over towards Apps is going to be key for this retake, but HS and Magis are dealing with it just fine themselves. Freiburg with one in the back, and Magis finishes it off. 2 kills in the round for him, 2 for HS. And Freiburg with that lurker roll, another round on the board for OpTic Gaming.
And this is where the communication is key for OpTic. No one's pushing and rushing in. Mixwell went down early on. Alu got the call in, but he didn't go hunting for it. He was looking for an opening, but he waited for it to come all the way around. HS got tagged down in library to 24 health. He fell back. The rotate came in. They waited for Envy, even allowed him to take the bomb site, and then just did the damage from there, took it over. Now, it was only pistols that ENVYUS had. This time around, they're going to have AKs. Maybe it might be a different story.
Will be able to buy now following that eco round. So this is going to be the one that matters. I want to start mounting that comeback. Luckily, that loss bonus will be max after this round if they are unable to defeat OpTic. Mixwell starting it strong once more though.
Yeah, Mixwell ripping Scream's head off. Gives them the early one-man advantage. ENVYUS again trying this A-bomb site. They're stacked up towards quad though, and that was not smart from HS and Mixwell. They're going to be caught off guard. They're both getting tagged up exactly the same. Alu trying to find an opening as his team will try to rotate round and back him up. Freiburg coming from middle, looking for an opening. Magic in library now. They've got utility to try and flush the T's out with. 3 versus 3, but ENVYUS have the bomb down. They've definitely got control now. All the angles covered as Sixer looks towards quad side, waiting for someone to come through. Damage is being done. Magisk and HexMS do a quick exchange as Alu does find the kill. Now we'll see them swarm onto the site. They're trying to make it work. Alu doing all the damage so far. Only Happy remains. He's spraying it out, but he does get taken down. Freiburg's on top of it, and the defuse will come in. Another round secured for OpTic, 5 in a row. And ENVYUS now, once OpTic had guns in their hands, starting to struggle.
A solid retake coming out from OpTic there. Gets another round on the board, a 3 versus 3, and all of those members surviving after getting the defuse. OpTic looking good so far on this map, and now a 2-round advantage over ENVYUS.
Even with the error early on there as well, they both stacked up towards quad. Didn't expect Envy to push up so fast. Envy continually hitting this A bomb site, yet they've had the most success at B. Alu even going very aggressive here at middle, looking to see if he can catch anyone towards second mid. He's got to be careful though, because there's a lot of Envy players stacked towards the bottom of that banana. A Scream takes down Freiburg. Magisk unable to help him out there as the flashes came up, and he will be forced to fall back into this B bomb site.
All members except for Happy are currently over towards the top of banana, now falling back over towards Happy's position in mid. Going to see if they can sell any fake here to OpTic. After all that noise over towards B, going to see if there's any over rotations, but Mixwell, who was on his way to B, has now made his way back over to library. So 2 on each side so far for OpTic Gaming.
Oh, and they're about to push out from banana. RPK sees exactly what's happening, takes the first shot, does damage Alu, and causes him to miss that AWP shot. I don't think he expected RPK to be hanging back that far. They tried to gain some control again towards the B bomb site. This evens out again here for OpTic. And Envy will be forced with a 1-man advantage to push onto this A site.
Happy and XMS currently stood around together with the bomb. Threw it away, but they would go and get it. Again, the other 3 members are over towards B. It's going to be interesting now. Are they just going to leave Happy in that lurk roll we know so much? And that does look like what they're going to do. I'm going to go for this B banana push.
Now, they had an idea that Alu has rotated round, but he's also moved back over to the A bomb site. Oh, it's a lie. He is the man on B. So he's ready, AWP in hand, finds the first kill, but he's now stuck, and they know exactly where he is. He picks up the second, and he's done more than his job there, but Happy, as always, waiting behind on this lurker roll, will do the damage onto Magisk and will give his team the advantage. The bomb's been planted, and now all ENVYUS have to do is hold this site from Mixwell as HS as they start to make their way over, and that's a good round for ENVYUS to pick up there. 3 left alive, weapons across the board, the bomb getting planted, and they finally put another round up the board after 5 in a row for OpTic.
Alu does his best over towards that B site, but unfortunately it's not enough. Those 2 kills were great in that position, but the rest of his teammates were not able to complete that retake. ENVYUS get a round back on the board now, but thanks to that money in the bank for OpTic, they'll be able to meet this buy with one of their own. See the AWP currently in the hands of Alu. 1 in 6 as well. This AWP battle is going to be key near the start of this round.
Will Alu be able to take the fight at middle with the AWP in hand? Again, Magisk on Banana, trying to claim a little bit of ground to work with here. Got Freiburg backing him up. They play this aggressively, but now they're going to get mollied into position. They can't fall back yet. Freiburg's burning alive. He couldn't move in time, and that'll give them the opening they need to now push onto this site. Magisk completely blind. RPK finds the kill. 5 members of ENVYUS now making their way over to this B bomb site, but Alu, fast and furious, comes in with the first kill. Mixwell finds Happy on the lurk as per usual, and this gives OpTic Gaming a chance to come back into this round despite losing them 2 players early on. Bomb hasn't been planted just yet. ENVYUS just got into the site. They've made it work, but now already OpTic Gaming start to get the boost up, try and do some serious damage here, and Alu's got a big opening. The nade comes out. HS finds the kill. RPK taken down. Incendiary Grenade's burning alive there, but scrie-mi, even in the flames, finds the kill. But now in a 1 versus 2, XMS trying to put the hurt on, but Mixwell stands strong, ends that round with a triple and the defuse. OpTic claim the 6th, and actually end up resetting ENVYUS here.
Another 3 versus 3 retake where OpTic get the better of Envy. Will nail them another round on the board. 2-round advantage now over to the mixed European squad. ENVYUS will have enough money in the bank to greet this buy with weaponry of their own. Just XMS left on low cash, but there should be some benevolent members. Will be able to throw in something. Unsure if it'll be a rifle or maybe an SMG. Looks like he'll just be going with a CZ at the moment. No one very benevolent on the ENVYUS squad, it seems, James.
They like to keep us guessing, Sam. That's how they like to play it. As Mixwell went very aggressive in apartments, tried to look towards second middle, ends up paying with his life. He got tagged down heavily early on. ENVYUS, many rounds they've had this lead, but they haven't been able to close it out. Is this the time they can turn it around as Magisk sits in the flames a little bit, does get taken down by scrie-mi. Freiburg now having to reposition himself. The incendiary grenade goes down, but it's not going to hold them at bay for too long. The bomb still towards Banana, but ENVYUS at the moment, with 5 players versus 3, they can go absolutely anywhere and feel confident about pushing in.
Freiburg is the anchor now on this B site. If the push does come in, it's going to be down to him and him alone, as you see Alu on your minimap, holding that AWP over towards the arch position, and HS buried down in pit. Going to have some huge individual performances if they want to somehow bring this numbers advantage down and get another round on the board.
Alu waiting for an opportunity here. He knows if anyone from MB pop out, he has to get this first kill. It looks to be a coordinated push towards middle. They're going to poke at the same time, but Alu's ready. He hits scream down, and that's now going to give them an idea of what's going on. HS is in pit. The mollies come out to try and push him out of position. He takes a bit of damage. Alu takes down RPK. HS comes in with a kill of his own. The bomb has not been planted yet. It's falling apart once again for ENVYUS. They had a massive lead here, 5 versus 3. Now they're in a 2v2, and Alu continues to push round. He can hear what's going on. His footsteps are being made. AWP shot in play, but he can't make it connect. Now it's all up to Freiburg. XMS on top of it, making it happen as Happy runs round, gets the kill onto Freiburg, and they're now starting to trade back and forth on the rounds, which puts OpTic in a difficult situation.
Good hold by Happy and friends, and we're seeing Alu is playing very consistent on that AWP. Almost gives OpTic the advantage they needed to get that 7th, but unfortunately, they do follow ENVYUS, and a strong display from the French squad to ensure they keep that bomb site and start to close this differential.
They're not allowing OpTic to run away with it just yet. A very good comeback coming out from OpTic there. but they weren't able to get the final kills as they now start to push their way all the way towards the T's at the bottom of middle. Happy's got himself round, coming from underpass, putting the hurt on him with his AK-47. Scream, they're backing him up, but Alu will be able to find the kill. Very low health now, though, and that'll be easy for ENVYUS to deal with. A little bit scary when you've got all them CTs running you at the start, but Envy holds strong.
Envy do deal with that push, only 2 members falling. Will be fine for their economy. Everyone will be able to get a full buy going in this next round, and that will prompt a pause out of OpTic Gaming. Going to just discuss what's been going wrong. Obviously, they will be going into this round with a buy. Everyone in their squad will be fine getting whatever they want. Alu will have enough for the AWP if he wishes to have it, but will not be able to get that head armor. Would just be the Kevlar AWP. We'll be interested now to see how the rest of this half goes. We are tied 6-6 currently.
Tactical timeout coming into play as the lovely camera angles coming out from the PGL guys. Show us the old school Counter-Strike footage if you're not familiar with that. That was one of the very first screens you would have when you opened up Counter-Strike right back at the beginning. Before CSGO, before CSS. Way back when. Now OpTic. They do have the buyback in hand. Alu on the AWP. FAMAS in play for Magisk. It's not the worst buy, but they need to try and turn this around. Take down ENVYUS and stop allowing them to build up a bank here, because their money isn't that great just yet. If it was possible for them to upset them here, that could really give them an opening to kind of close out this half in a positive fashion. No, good spot from HS. He does see one, but they jump out too fast for him. He doesn't quite know where to look or where to turn at the moment. Drops another flash down as Envy, they've managed to come all the way around CT Arch. Magisk goes down, and he's not going to be happy with that because Alu would have communicated with him, but it wasn't fast enough. Magisk wasn't aware. Alu coming in with a second kill. HS putting the hurt onto Happy. 6 are now all alone, 1 versus 3. He can't afford to lose this round or get upset here because ENVYUS was starting to make a comeback. Is he going to be aware that Freiburg's still up in the... No, he's not. Freiburg comes in with a kill. Nice and easy for him. Sixer didn't check it. He'll pay the price for it. And this is why you have to check all the time. You can't just rush in. It wasn't like he was pressed for time either.
Alu has been performing so well thus far in this game. Currently the top performer on his team and tied with Happy for the top performer in the game. 12 frags on the board for him. As the AWP are playing so well, getting OpTic all those advantages they need early on. And just doing what's required of them. He's not so much known for being a dynamic AWPer running around the map. But he's just getting the kills where he's positioned and ensuring he can slow ENVYUS down at the very least.
Now I said how important that round was for ENVYUS to secure. We see already RPK up on the pistol, but Scream, again, as always, putting the hurt on him. Alu boosted up on Freiburg, pays the price with his life. Gets domed in the head, and now Freiburg has to hold strong, but he can't do anything from that position. Wasn't ready for it as Sixer continues to push in. Happy now, the man as always on the lurk towards underpass, CZ in hand. This might be a situation where OpTic do decide to save. They want to try and hold on to their weapons here. And Envy might even try and challenge it at this point because you've got 5 alive. Let's see what you can do to OpTic. Let's see if we can completely break their economy going into the last few rounds of this half. And Happy, the man with the CZ in his hand, he's on the lurk.
This time Alu, as well as Freiburg, not able to stop that push coming over towards B. Means ENVYUS get through onto the site, get the bomb down, and so far a flawless round going into the 15th. And OpTic Gaming going to hope to save these rifles now. Not great money across the board. Mixwell, Magisk and Freiburg all extremely low on cash. But those 3 rifles should ensure they are able to bring at least something into the final round.
7-7 now. At one point, OpTic are up 5-3. Envy managed to bounce back. They're keeping it very even, but who's going to come away with the lead when it comes to the end of this half? Envy have got the buy up in their hands. Triple AK, 1 AWP up on Sixer, and there is an AK drop for Scream as well. While we look at M4's 1 UMP up on Freiburg. But plenty of utility to play with, 3 kits as well, and that nade's gone down, done a bit of damage towards Scream and Happy, which is a good start as Magisk again holding very aggressively down this banana area.
Freiburg behind Magisk over towards that B site. Well, the other 3 members are holding strong A. The majority of ENVYUS are pushing towards banana though. So Freiburg and Magisk are going to be the key hold early on in this round. We've seen this quite a lot from Envy. They like to try and put some worry into the mind of OpTic Gaming, perhaps selling some sort of fake. But currently all of these members are preparing for this B push.
Huge commitment so far from Envy to this B bomb site. Freiburg again playing a very similar location, is able to get 2 kills there, but he has finally taken down Magisk, doing absolutely nothing. The bomb will go down, 3 versus 3. OpTic have to go and get this. Alu without an AWP this time, M4 in hand. Can he find the early kills as Happy looks to push through ruins, but they're ready and waiting for him. The spam comes in. You can see him on your screens communicating. Going to get some backup, look to see what they can hold here in ruins. The molly goes out to keep him at bay. They're trying to buy as much time as possible to stop OpTic from getting into this site. They do have the kits to play with though, but OpTic have to go, and they have to go now. You start to see them push rounds. Happy with 1 kill, instantly traded out. Mixwell, what magic can he pull off here? The other 2 players in the back of the site. Six have managed to find the kill, and this is going to be an easy round once again here for ENVYUS towards the end. 8-7. OpTic just forced back, and that molly was so key from Happy.
Solid hold for ENVYUS after that bomb plant. Gets them the advantage going into the second half, but a tight affair. Just 1 round differentiating these 2 teams now, 8-7 in favor of ENVYUS.
OpTic now, though, on their T side. Now, we've seen them before struggle when it starts to get a little bit more difficult for them. Can they turn this around? Can they bounce back against OpTic, against Envy, sorry, now that they are on the T side?
Will be an interesting pistol. You see currently the utility in the hands of Freiburg. Sixer on the other side. With that defuse and 2 flashes, going to try and delay the T push with that utility, try and force them to fall back, put some worry in their minds. Going to see what Freiburg is planning to do with this smoke and those 2 flashes. Likely to just smoke one side of this middle and then flash his teammates out.
And you can see the triple stack towards B, but so far OpTic got the bomb closest towards A. They're coming to get some aggression through apartments, get some control here. RPK holding CT outside the middle. He's backed up by Happy. They're looking to double poke it, but they might not even need to as RPK domes 2 heads. Happy comes in with 1 of his own, and now the rotate comes round. This is beautiful from ENVYUS. Sixer finds the kill, and now we've all up to Magisk to try and clutch this out. He doesn't have the bomb. He's against 3 CTs. They know where he's going to be coming from. He's found 1 kill already. He looks towards his left, finds the first kill. Happy goes down. He's going to stick with the Glock. Beautifully done from Magisk. Rips apart the heads, and now we've got a game on our hands. Now we've got a challenge of Magisk. Headshots galore. The young 19-year-old manages to pull off an amazing clutch to secure OpTic the pistol round. This is their chance now. They've evened it up 8-8. Now they can start to build some rounds.
Dane with 4 kills into the round finishes off a 1v3 to get a round on the board that looks surely lost for OpTic Gaming, tying up the scoreline now 8-8. Should everything go as expected, we'll be looking at a 10-8 scoreline before ENVYUS can even start to mount some sort of fight with weaponry in their hands.
Extra mess with that Deagle, pushes up. But he does get burnt down to 52 health. Scream getting tanked up as well now. OpTic not pushing forward just yet. They're holding strong. That's a good start from Scream though. Finds Freiburg. Isn't able to grab himself the weapon though. Can't push forward. He's worried about being taken down. Magisk finds Happy in apartments. Even trades, but they still got to be careful. The powerful pistols of Envy are in play as RPKs in apartments could potentially manage to sneak round here. This is going to move back into the A site. He's not covering too much ground, and he'll now fall back to Big Pit.
The stack is currently over towards A from ENVYUS. All of these members either on the site, as you see Scream hiding over in that garbage position. And the bomb, as well as most of OpTic Gaming, are on the other side of the map, James.
Yeah, OpTic switching up positions after losing that first man. Now Freiburg may have gone down, but they didn't manage to grab his weapon. RPK coming from behind to do further damage, trading it out, taking down HS, keeping this into an even situation as OpTic begins to push into this B bomb site. They need to get that bomb down, find themselves some coverage as RPK picks up the kill onto Alu, grabs himself an AK. It's all falling apart, and Scream with the perfect timing. He allows them in. He allows them to think they are safe, but he comes around the corner with a CZ to pick up 2 kills. And Envy make it happen, bring it 9-8. OpTic can't hold on after winning that first round on the pistol.
Scream and RPK, both of these members demolishing OpTic, putting a stop to that eco round. Thought it was going to be easy for OpTic there, just going up against those upgraded pistols and some Kevlar, but they fall victim to the individual prowess of these veteran players, and ENVYUS take the lead once more.
Envy not giving up yet. They're not going to allow themselves to be triggered by losing that pistol round. They're not going to allow OpTic to gain a few more rounds on the board. Deagle's in play from OpTic. On everyone apart from Alu. They want to try and turn this around. They want to get the force in. But we don't see armor stacked up here, so they're going to have to rely on the crazy one-taps coming out here and catching a few ENVYUS players off guard.
See 3 members of OpTic Gaming creeping up towards Banana. Scream and XMS will be there to greet them, and Scream starts it well. 1 frag on a Mixwell thus far. The repeat does come out, and Magisk punishes him for it.
Magisk did clutch out that pistol round. Can he do the unthinkable here as well? Freiburg falls, XMS stands strong. He's getting tagged up though, he's got to be careful. That was Magisk deciding to shoot through, and HS, you saw it in that picture-in-picture. 1 taps RPK, but that's all he's going to be able to get as Sixer is able to reply. Alu continuing to push round, P250 in hand. As he's managed to find himself the AK. This could give them a chance to push into the A site. Sixer in graveyard. He's going to have to do the work to hold them back here. As the other 2 CT members are towards B. Alu taking his time towards the top of middle, checking every single corner. He's backed up by Magic. This is the dream team to make this happen. To potentially clutch out this round. Sixer, if he leaves himself in this position and doesn't get checked, might be able to catch both the OpTic players off guard. 10 seconds left on the board. They're going to have to get in and plant it now. Sixer hears the cue. He knows what's going on. And that's going to be it. The round is won. ENVYUS have secured it. Alu now just going to have to try and stay alive desperately as he wants to hold on to that weapon. But Sixer's too strong. And Envy pick up the 10th round. A little bit touch and go. Nearly a comeback on the hands there for OpTic. But the time just wasn't on their side. And Sixer played it beautifully from graveyard.
And unfortunately, Alu dying after time means he will not get that loss bonus into his bank account. Unfortunate from OpTic Gaming there, trying to run down the clock to at least install some doubt in the minds of ENVYUS, but instead it backfires. Sixer's able to get the kill on the bomb planter and stop that round from coming through. A 2-round advantage now to the Frenchman.
Now, we said this at the beginning, Sam, about how so far between OpTic and Envy, the star performances of what we spoke about most. These players going crazy to bring them through the wins. Now we see OpTic and Envy go up head-to-head, and we're seeing a more tactical affair. We're seeing the even trades. We're seeing the smart plays come out. This is what we love. This is what we expected. As XMS drops the Kobe onto Mixwell. Slam, dunk, all you like. As more damage is being done as Scream sprays down through the smoke. Only 3 members remain for OpTic. XMS looking to capitalize on it as they push up. Scream's there backing him up. And that's nice and easy for Envy. Pick up another round. Only Scream goes down. 11-8 here. And Envy, they can see it in their sights. They see the opportunity ahead of them. But OpTic Gaming now will buy into this.
Some decent money in the bank now for ENVYUS, having to survive with 4 members in that previous round. Means little investment will need to go into the further one. Heading into the 20th round, ENVYUS still have the advantage. 3 rounds currently, but they will be faced with a bye now from OpTic Gaming.
No AWP for either side just yet. UMP up on Sixer for the CT side of Envy. AK's in play though for all of OpTic, and what can they do here at middle? The boosters come up. Scream's looking over the top. He didn't spot the player towards logs. And this gives Mixwell an opening. He's in the smoke. He might be able to jump up and find the kill. They start to make their way up this banana site. The flames are burning. Scream trying to run away there. He's eating a lot of damage. Drop down to 43 health. And OpTic will gain control towards the banana area and force Envy back into the sites.
Early damage will at least give them a little bit more map control, forcing Scream to fall back. Freiburg will be able to take this position now. Over towards the top of Banana. And just controlling this position, it doesn't matter if you push, puts pressure on ENVYUS. They're not able to give any information back to those players on A. So everyone is going to have to play on edge now, unaware of where OpTic are going to strike next.
If OpTic can't grab this round, they will again be in a situation where their money will not be that strong. Envy looking to try and capitalize on all their success here as Scream sprays down one, finds Freiburg through the smoke. XMS in the sight, can hear the bomb being planted, but can't find the kill, can't find the players. Mixwell on top of it. Alu holds back, but Mixwell doing all the damage. He's having a brilliant game so far as Magisk finds RPK, trying to sneak behind them all. And now you're in a 2 versus 4. The bomb is down, and surely Scream and Sixer, they can't get anything done here. Sixer's just going to wait it out, see what weaponry he can find if anyone comes towards Ruins, as Scream runs away to fight another day and hold on to that M4.
Sixer with a little bit more money in the bank than Scream is going to try and get some exits here, knowing that the money on OpTic Gaming isn't ideal. Going to try and do what he can, but Alu will make sure that means nothing. Scream on the other side of the map should be safe, taking this rifle in the next round.
9 rounds now for OpTic, 11 for Envy. This game is still wide open. Either team can claim victory here. But Envy, Scream, got his M4 in hand, saved around it. They will come in with the buy, but this will cost them everything they have in the bank. This has to be a must-win round for them. Otherwise, they find OpTic in a situation to even up the scoreboard.
Both of these teams on the brink of a reset. There is some extra cash on a few members of both squads. It would not be an ideal buy by any means. It's going to be an important round now for the economy and for the later rounds of this game.
Mixwell in a scary situation. There's the flames all around him. Envy decide to push down, but Mixwell ready and waiting for it. XMS out of the equation. Now Scream, will he push forward or will he fall back? More mollies come up. Scream feels confident. He had a brilliant game against Ago. He's looking to continue that here. If he can stop this rush, pick up a kill, sprays down the first one. Look for the second, they line up for him. And you should never give Scream an opportunity like that. He pulls up the triple and he starts to break down the green wall and leave only Magisk and HS left alive to try and clutch out this round and find some success again for OpTic before they end up getting reset. HS making his way around Arch. There is one player there, but he's not ready for him. HS gets taken out of the equation. Magisk goes down. Envy pick up the 12th, and that's a 3-round lead now for the CT side.
Strong hold by Scream, getting that 3-man spray down just when OpTic Gaming had gotten advantage into the round. And that's going to leave OpTic Gaming on a weird buy now. There's a few members who could get rifles if they wanted to. Also, 2 or 3 members with very weak cash. It's going to be interesting to see what they do. Are they going to opt for the force buy, perhaps chase the economy a little bit? Or are they just going to take this eco round on the chin, buy some upgraded pistols and a little bit of Kevlar, and see if they can just do any damage going into the further buy rounds?
These last 2 games, Scream has really stepped up for Envy. He's up at 22 frags at the moment. Sixer up there as well with 17. Envy showing that they can all pull it off when required. They're 4 rounds away for closing out Inferno, but then 4 rounds probably seem so far away when OpTic have been making it incredibly difficult for him. Alu back on the revolver now. We've seen some crazy clips from him so far. Can he pull anything else off here with it?
OpTic going pretty much the full eco. Just 2 upgraded pistols in the hand of HS and Alu. HS was one of those members with the extra cash, so he gets Kevlar as well. A very weak buy now going into the 22nd. Envy look ready to get that 13th round on the board, and RPK starts it strong.
So far 4 versus 5, and we talk about OpTic's T side. It still needs some work, but it's early days for this young team since they've been put together. This is the first time they've played on LAN. It's their first time to shine here. Now this is the first map, and it was ENVYUS' pick. But they are currently dominating Sixer with that spray down. Doesn't even need an AWP for it. Just comes in, sprays the heads off all of them. And now we're at 13-9. We'll get to see that beautiful spray again. He comes in, 1, 2, 3. Perfect trace. Follows it all down. They line up for him. And OpTic may want to stop giving Sixer and Scream these opportunities, because every time it appears in front of them, they are ready and prepared.
They have been taking all those opportunities. Scream with 23 frags on the board, and Sixer following closely behind with 20. These two members going huge now for the French squad, giving them a 4-round advantage into this game. And OpTic Gaming struggling to get any more rounds now. Only 2 rounds found on this T-half so far, and one of those was the pistol.
This is the round that OpTic must claim. They need to make this work. The boost coming up from Envy, and they haven't used it so far. This could work out in their favor, but Mixwell was ready for it. He may get dinked down low, but he finds the kill, and he gives his team the advantage. Sixer looking up high with only a pistol in hand. Does get taken down by Magic. OpTic getting the perfect start. This is exactly what they needed. The Scream will now wait for a bit of help, and actually Envy are deciding to run away already. They don't want to challenge this, and that makes sense. They don't have the strongest of economy, and they don't want to risk it. Allow OpTic to have 1 round. That's fine. It can go 13-10. But Alu, on the other hand, he's got other ideas. He wants to take the weapons away from Envy as he works his way up Banana. Now, this could be a little bit dangerous for Envy because they want to be able to be in a comfortable situation. They don't want all the pressure put on them while having to fight for every single round. As Alu is trying to check every corner, but he sees it a little bit too late. XMS rips him apart. Head gets flown. As now in a 4 versus 3, the bomb will be planted and destroyed. OpTic will claim the round. That's not going to be the problem. But the main thing is that Envy will be able to hold on to their weapons, because OpTic at this stage don't want to throw too much into this, right, Sam?
Yeah, they don't have the greatest of money across the board on OpTic. Of course, they will be running this round, which will help. And 4 members staying alive with those rifles means they will not have to reinvest. Over on the ENVYUS side, do have enough money for a buy. They'll be fine going into this one, but do not want to lose the subsequent one. That will force them onto a reset, and will have to eco once more if that does occur.
Tactical timeout, and rightly so. A good call coming out from ENVYUS here. Take this time to work out how you're going to close this out in the next few rounds. Have a game plan, visualize it, get yourselves prepared. And also, slow down OpTic now they've just picked up that round, because they're going to be feeling good. It wasn't just a very close together round. It was a very convincing round from OpTic, and that is a massive confidence boost for them going into this.
A good decision from ENVYUS, just realizing when the round was lost, 3 of those members saving gives them a nice buffer. So even if they do lose this round, at least they'll be able to get some upgraded pistols or something when they are pushed to an eco. And 6-up does pick up the orb. Not one in the hands of Alu just yet.
Yeah, no orbs in play for the T side. They can't risk it yet with the money. They've got to build a bit of a bank. They've got to get together a few rounds. As Mixwell again towards Banana as he does start early on. Nade comes down, but no CTs are pushing with it. And that's exactly what he's waiting for, but they're not even going to give him the chance.
That bomb in the hands of HS, joined by Magic over towards Apps, and we see 3 members of OpTic over towards Banana. We've seen this quite regularly from them. Trying to see what they can find, what information can be gathered before they dedicate themselves anywhere with that bomb.
Seeing a bit more of a defensive play come out of ENVYUS towards this B site. XMS maybe going to go for the boost here with Scream. Get him up on the flower pot, see what he can do from here if the smokes did come across. But OpTic heavily favoured towards the A-bomb site so far. Smoke goes down from HS. As we watch and wait to see how they're going to come onto this site. It's not guaranteed just yet. They're looking for an opening. They're looking to find a player from ENVYUS out in the open. 6 are now on the AWP though. Could really cause them a lot of problems here. Takes the first shot. He has spotted out one, but he's backed up from CTRs. The sprays are going to come in through the smoke. 6 is waiting for the opportunity. The flashes go down, but he's got to be careful. They're spraying him, and HS finds the kill. Magic able to get one. Happy turns it around, though. He's ready and waiting. There's still one more player towards him, and it's all working out in favor of ENVYUS. They managed to claim the round. It was touch and go to the start towards middle, but playing 2 on that arch side confused OpTic. They only expected to find 6 there. Instead, ENVYUS swarmed them, ran around them, and Happy locked it down. OpTic coming with the timeout, and this is getting to a very tricky situation for OpTic. Only 2 rounds needed for Envy, while OpTic now sit on a decision they have to make is whether they go for this or they don't.
Stronghold from ENVYUS there. RPK getting 3 kills. Will prompt a timeout from OpTic Gaming, left on a bit of an awkward money situation. But it looks like their decision has been to force buy into it. HS picking up an AK thus far. Alu forcing up full Kevlar, full utility, and a revolver in hand. It's going to look like 3 AKs and 2 upgraded pistols going into this round 25. ENVYUS now poised to take match point.
OpTic want to destroy the economy of ENVYUS. It didn't work last time around. They don't want to play for overtime. They want to make this happen here before we end up going to train. OpTic want to try and claim this map. They'll need 6 to make it happen. But it's not impossible. Not when you've got a star-studded lineup like OpTic Gaming have. You can't underestimate Alu with that revolver in hand. We may have had a little giggler about it yesterday, but he did put up the kills. He has made it work, so he knows something that we don't.
We see the similar setup from OpTic Gaming once more. HS and Magis, that dynamic duo over towards A, going to see if they can get any entries. Only damage exchange thus far is onto Mixwell, dropped down to 64 HP. Shouldn't be a huge difference maker once this push does come in, and you see now all the squad gathering over towards Banana, looking like it's going to be a B push.
Now Scream boosted back up on the flower pots once again by XMS. This is where it could work out for him though, if OpTic do decide to go towards B. OpTic have struggled to get inside the bomb sites, but most times they've actually got in there and got the bomb down. They've been able to defend. Will it work this time around? The first player comes in, Happy able to find HS. A Scream spraying him down, but can only find one. Wasn't able to control the spray well enough. Damage has been done across the board there. But now we're in a 4 versus 3. OpTic will get the bomb down, but it is going to be a struggle to try and hold this here. They don't have the utility to play with. And ENVYUS begin to mount up their assault. RPK coming from Banana, looking around. There is a player sat in the smoke. It's Mixwell on very low health, but he's got no idea of where he is. He continues to push around. They walk straight past each other. He tries to turn it, but XMS is on top of it. Now it's Alu, revolver in hand, but that gun is no good. Close range, can only tag him up just a little bit. Sixer finds the kill. The bomb gets defused, and ENVYUS are now on match point. OpTic have got their backs up against the wall, and the green wall is about to crumble here on Inferno.
Despite OpTic's best attempt, not able to hold back that oncoming onslaught of Frenchmen. They do get that retake and the 15th round on the board. And now OpTic not in the greatest money. As you can see, a Deagle, a CZ, a Galil, and 2 UMPs is going to be all they have going into this must-win round if they want to take this first map.
Do or die situation for OpTic on the first map. Alu leading the charge, coming up. Banana Scream, dropping the incendiary grenade down, and easily getting the first kill. No one there to back him up. Happy's pushed all the way down middle. He doesn't give a damn as XMS is burning him alive. Only Magiska's left alive. 5v1. Now he's on 31 health. This isn't looking good for him at all. And ENVYUS are going to have no problems cleaning up this round and taking the first map. We're going to train, and ENVYUS start off strong. They looked warmed up, ready and prepared to deal all the damage and try and take this best of 3 against OpTic Gaming.
Yeah, confident first game coming out of ENVYUS. Scream with 25 kills on the boards. Closely followed behind is Sixer with 22. Like we said, all of these players stepping up to the board. No one really left asking any questions of. Everyone performing as they should have. Over towards OpTic, there were some shining lights. We pointed to Alu many times during that game, hitting the AWP shots that were required of him. But once they switched over to that T-Sid, were unable to get anything going, and they do fall 16 to 10.
CT side, OpTic seems so confident. They're able to hold strong. But when it comes to their T side, it starts to get a little bit slippery. They don't have too much luck there. And we look down the highlights of this game. HS had a few spray downs there. Alu, with his AWP, was so impactful. Was able to hold up strong towards top of middle, even switching up his positions at time. But Scream and Sixer, they were putting up the numbers and they were putting the hurt on OpTic throughout this game. Magis, this clutch he managed to pull off. 4 kills in the end, but that last 1 versus 3 was absolutely brilliant. 19-year-old superstar now on the OpTic lineup, able to really show his stuff here.
Unfortunately, that round was one of only 3 that OpTic could clinch on their T side, and we see there. Immediately following that pistol round win, Scream puts an end to it, destroys their economy early on. And ever since that round, they weren't able to get anything going. An odd round here and there. But immediately after winning, ENVYUS were able to put them down once more, reset the economy, which meant OpTic were always fighting uphill, always trying to put something together, never had good economy behind them, the loss bonus even, never got to a good position. The most rounds they lost in a round was 3, so you don't even get that extra loss bonus, not anything to put in the bank. And they fall 16-10, a dominating first performance for ENVYUS.
Now watching Envy and OpTic now, this is what we've been looking forward to seeing. This is how we expected it to go. A few back and forth rounds, some close games, but team play, that's what's been most important here.
Yeah.
It's been able to get the replies, it's been able to get the trades and work effectively off it. We've seen a couple of superstar performances, but scrie-mi especially, he was able to work that banana area with XMS so well. The communication was definitely on point to make this happen.
Yeah, you can see the chemistry as well. A lot of the times you could see the rotations coming in. OpTic were going for that early presence towards A and then 3 towards B quite a lot, trying to pull something out of the CT squad, using their utility, using flashes, trying to cause an over-rotate. But very rarely did ENVYUS actually fall for it. They stayed with those positions, made sure until the last minute, the last 30 seconds, everyone holds their role. And it played off very well. We saw a lot of good retakes coming out from them as well. It wasn't all just stoppages. And a good start for ENVYUS, taking on in this best of 3. Someone we expected not to perform as well as they have. And now taking the lead early on.
A 1.44 rating for scrie-mi. That's what we're used to seeing from this man. He's made it happen. He's come to shine on the first map. And he had a great game against Ago previously as well. He's the MVP of the first map here, and rightly so. We saw him hold strong, play it smart. And for instance, he could have poked out on that round when it was the forced-up pistol and got 1 kill at any point there. Instead, he waited. He let them get in, let them think they were safe, and ran around the CZ, picked up the triple, closed out the round for it. And just these small plays like that, it's just such a massive deal when trying to make this happen. But we are going to be going to a quick break now before we go into train. Can OpTic bounce back, or will they drop out 2-0? Can the green wall stand strong against Envy? We'll be going to find out in just a little bit. Stay tuned.
HyperX, official headset sponsor of E-League.